Okay, folks, welcome back to my little updates, my little rambles. And what am I going to ramble about this week? Well, this is such a common thing that I see. People send me their summaries, they send me their pitch decks, they send me all sorts of stuff and think, right, can you get me funded? Now, put it this way, if it was your money, if you were investing in somebody and somebody came and they sent you a ton of information and said, this is brilliant, give me money. How likely would it be that you would be interested if somebody swamped your inbox with this all singing, all dancing business plan full of loads of information? Most of it would be largely irrelevant. It's the same in communication as it is in funding, more so in funding. Get to the point. And it's not just good enough to get to the point on the things that you think is important. You've got to get to the point on the things that investors would likely be interested in. So there's certain things that you can say that count for more than paragraphs of words. I see people with introductions saying, oh, this industry is worth this amount of money, and if we get this percentage, we're going to be absolutely minted, and the multiples and the sales projections here over 5 years are something ridiculous off the scale. And yet there's no plan of how that's going to happen. What interests an investor? Well, I'll tell you the things that are really interesting that you have to front load on any business investment proposal. Is it patented? Because that tells me instantly that there's some traction, that you've got something unique. That's a really important thing to include in your investment summary. So how much money has been invested to date? That's a really important question because it shows that you've got skin in the game. And if you're thinking of including sweat equity as part of the investment, forget it, just delete that off. Sweat equity counts for nothing because we all value our time differently. Well, not only that, but somebody really efficient could get something done much faster than someone else. So the time you've spent on the project or your sweat equity counts for nothing for most investors. So just get rid of that and stop talking about it. You're always going to have to justify the valuation. So, current income, you're going to have to put your current figures in. And if they don't look good, then you're going to have to justify that why. But that's something an investor will want to see. And not only that, but your agreements in place. Let's just suppose you've got a great technology. It's not out yet, so you don't know. But there's nothing to stop you to going to the potential distributors of this and saying, look, I've got something that does X, Y, and Z. If it does all of the things that I say it does, would you be prepared to distribute it to your audience? And they might say yes. And if they give you a piece of paper then and say, look, if what you say does this, we'll put it out to our audience, and highlighting how big that audience is. These are real things, they're real traction, they're things like an investor can look at and know that there's some value in your proposition. The rest is just hot air. And that's where a lot of people fall down, and a lot of the consultancy that I do is highlighting this glaring gap to people in their proposals. So a few things for you to think about in this little update, and if you've got any questions, by all means send them to me and we can have a little chat. But either way, I hope that this has helped you to position your funding proposal a little bit better.